Alright, hello everybody, and today I'm going to be making a video on how to record demos on TF2 using high quality, good visuals, and basically the reason I'm making this is because looking throughout the internet I've seen bits and pieces of what this guide will become, but not entire ones in the video format, which will probably make things easier. So originally when I had to make my jump movie, which some of you may have seen, I had to figure out all these techniques by myself, and I did not do that really efficiently because I had to try a lot of times until I ended up with what you saw on the jump movie. So before we get started, you're going to want to have 5 different programs. Starting off TF2, obviously, then this thing called lawena, which sets TF2 to the highest possible quality, so you get the good quality and you don't end up with low model resolution, which some videos I have seen have that, and I think that this is a good way to solve that problem. Source record demo 2, which basically takes what you get from lawena and makes it really smooth, and that way it's not as choppy, and I'll have 2 videos to show that have a side-by-side difference of what it's like before and after. And virtual dub, and basically both lawena and source record demo 2 spit out images, and what virtual dub does is it takes the images from these and it compiles them into a video. And the last program you'll want is some sort of video editing program, so you can make a video. So after downloading the programs, you're going to want to add this line to your autoexec.cfg, which can be found by going to your hard drive or SSD, program files times 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Team Fortress 2, TF. From TF you go to config, and then there'll either be an autoexec.config if you've made one for yourself, or just config.config. And you're going to want to open this up, and don't worry about what's in here, just go to the very end and add in TV_enable1, and I've already done that, so I don't need to do that. But after you've done that, you're pretty much good to go, and you have everything that you need to start making good demos. So the next thing you're going to want to do is open up TF2, and just to make sure that you have enabled it in your autoexec, just type TV enable, and whatever is first one listed is going to be the setting that you have enabled. So if you did it correctly, you should have TV enable 1, and from then on you're going to want to go to a map that you are going to want to record your demo in. So I should start off by saying that the reason you did the TV enable 1 is it allows a special kind of demo recording that is different from the original one. A normal demo, when you record, you just have to type record and then the demo name, so I can call it norm. And the function of this is it gives you a good first-person view of your character and a good third-person view that's on your character, but the third person is a locked third person, so you won't be able to go different places. You'll just be locked onto your character, and you can do different angles that still look at your character, but it will be locked and you won't be able to fly around your character and watch it do cool things. So this is one limitation of a normal demo. That is why you have SourceTV demos, which are activated by using TV record and then the demo name, so I call it TV dem. And now you're recording both at the same time, and you can do this, and once you have both recording, you can just do whatever you want it to do, and that's basically it. Once you're done and you've seen that amazing jump, or you've killed something or done stop record and stop, and it'll stop recording both of the demos. So now you have everything that you need to start making the demo and actually recording it. So you have the two demos, and this is when you're going to need to open up Lawena and source record demo 2. Okay, so here we are in Lawena and source record demo 2. This is probably where the most confusing part of doing this correctly will be. So let's start off with Lawena. What is it? It basically sets the settings of TF2 to whatever you want that is a little more than what is already in the game. So you can kind of change the HUD. You can change it to kill notices only, which basically means there is no HUD unless someone dies. Mainly, most of the things you don't have to worry about here. The only thing you'll want to do is just have all of these checked, disable, those three, and you can leave basically everything else unchecked because you don't want it in there. You want direct level to be 90, and this is like the basis engine that works in TF2. 90 is the one that's used mainly in TF2, so that's the one you're going to be familiar seeing. 98 and 95, I'm not sure what 95 is, but I know 98 has weirder settings, like explosions are a bit more detailed, but it's not in a good way detailed. It'll mainly just slow down your renderings times, and it just will kind of look weird because you're used to being at 90, and 90 still looks good. Everything else, just keep it like these settings, and that's pretty much it for Lawena. For source record demo 2, what this does is while you're recording a demo, whether it be through the normal TF2 or just Lawena will be rendering out pictures one at a time. And what source record demo 2 does is it takes those pictures while they're rendering, and while they're rendering, it will merge them together every couple of frames to provide one smooth image, and then when all the images are combined, it'll look a lot smoother than it will just one frame one by one, because this is processing in the middle of the rendering times. So basically it just makes videos more smooth. What you want to do to make this happen is somewhere you're going to want to create a folder and another folder. This folder that you have specified here, it'll have to be the same one that you choose to make your movie folder. So your movie folder will be the same as this one. So what this will do is when you're rendering a picture, it'll render first to this one, and source record demo 2 will be watching this folder, and when you have activated it, it'll be watching this folder, and any image that comes in here will go through its processing, and it'll end up here, and it'll be the smooth one. Optionally, you don't have to use source record demo 2 because it adds a bit of a strain to your computer, but it just adds quality, so it's up to you really. And once you have this down, you have the two folders, you're just going to want to start Team Fortress 2. So once you're in TF2, you'll notice that it is different from what you originally did it. It'll look different, but disregard that and just go to play demo and the one that you named it. And if at first it looks like this, it's okay. You just need to type in CL auto reload 1, and I'll have some useful codes at the description of the video that you can use to do basically all this, so you don't have to remember this. So it's literally going to be everything you just did recorded, but as you can see, there is no HUD, That is to say, you can't see anything but just the image. There's no gun, ammo, health, or anything. And if you press Shift F2, you'll go into the demo playback menu, which you can use to go around the demo to go back to start from the beginning. And each tick is a certain moment in time. Not quite sure what the basis is, but I know a certain amount of ticks equals a certain amount of time. And you can use this to go to very specific points in your demo if you wish to do so. Say if you had something amazing at tick 4000, you just type go to 4000 and you would go there, but we don't need to do that. And you can also load different demos, but you can also do that through the console, so you don't need to do that. But you can see here, this is a normal demo, but if we go back to a TV demo, you'll see that there's a difference. So you can go into hover mode, like you can see what they're doing without actually having to, it's not third person, it's a bit more, it's free cam, like you're spectating. And this is basically just a spectating thing. You can still go into first person, but it'll be different than normal. Yeah, so it is kind of messed up here, but it's okay, because you don't really care. So from here on, you can just find the time that you would feel worthy, that you want to record. And you might find that you don't need to record a SourceTV and a normal demo in all of your, for all your needs. Like, if you feel like in a certain map that you would want a third-person shot, like a third-person view of your character, you would want to do a TV recording. But in most cases, a normal demo will do just fine. So how do you actually record a demo? First of all, I'm gonna go back to play demo. So I'll just go back to the play demo norm. Just pause it for a sec. And in Lawena, we can see that we've put the FPS to 960. So you don't have to do it at 960. You can do it at 30 or 60 if you're uploading it to YouTube straight. But Source Record Demo 2 works better when there is a higher frame rate, but not too high, because then it's ridiculous. But 960 I found is sort of a good spot to have a good amount of blend. And you can see here it's telling us to make sure to set the host frame rate to 960. So Lawena will output it at 960. Source Record Demo 2 will catch it at 960. It'll blend it at this amount, and then when you end up with the remaining frames, it'll be at 30 frames per second. 30 times 32 equals 960. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure to have cheats on, because you can't change anything without cheats. Frame rate to 960. And Lawena has its own recording hotkeys. So if I remember correctly, it is P to record, so basically you'll just resume play. I'm going to press P, but before pressing P, make sure to have activated Source Record Demo 2. So it'll be activated, so you'll be waiting to press P. In other words, you'll be waiting to actually start rendering your images. Resume, press out, press P, and you can see here it's slowed down somewhat dramatically, but it still depends on what kind of PC you have. And you can see here that it's actually rendering the frames. It's telling you, look at all these frames, and you can see here it's telling you the frames per second, last frame saved. Basically, it's telling you that it works. And just type P again, and then it'll stop. Alright. And then deactivate, and then disconnect. So by now, you have ended up with a lot of pictures. Okay, so here we have the two side-by-side videos. Well, one was used with lawena, and one was used with lawena and SourceTV Demo 2. So here's the normal one. It's good image quality. It's got nice 30 FPS. Looks nice, and it could be improved. It might look fine, but there's always better. So compared to this one, it'll be a bit choppy. So let's play this one and view the difference for yourself. You'll see that between frame and frame, there's not as much of a distinguishable difference. It's a lot smoother, something you would like to see. And I like to think of it as it is worth the extra 10 minutes or so. So I'll go ahead and play both of them again. And you can see one of them is clearly a bit more smooth than the other one. So that's basically just the difference between using SourceTV Demo 2 and not using it. So at this point, I would say you're basically done. All that is left is to take these pictures and make them into a video, and you can find the pictures in the place that you did this one, the folder where the pictures are going to be outputted, not the original one, because as you can see, I've made a folder called Find Original, which is where the frames originally go from lawena. That is where SourceTV Demo 2 catches the frames and then moves it on to edited, which are the smoother frames. So if we take a look at one of these pictures, I can just open it up with, say, Windows Photo Viewer. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, anyways, if you were to see one of them, you would see that it's a little bit blurred, but that's what makes it look nice. So here we have virtual dub, and first of all, you're going to want to do color depth, and they've clearly changed it, but do it to 32-bit RGB, 32-bit RGB, and then go to compression. I have Lagarith lossless codec. I forgot to mention that, but I'll also have that link to download it. I use this because you still get the highest quality, no decompression. And this is where you open the video file, and you're just going to want to go to wherever you save the images at. I put mine in demos, edited, and you want to choose the very first one, even though there's a lot. Just choose the first one and it'll automatically catch all of them. So you can see here what I was talking about when I said blurred. You can see that it's a little bit blurred. It's not that bad. And if you move it around, you can see that it actually did everything that we wanted it to. So here is the video that we did. But if you press play, you'll notice that something is wrong. It's not doing it like it should be. That is because we don't have any audio. So let's go to the same folder and get the same audio, A1. And if you notice, that was really loud. But if you press play, you would see that it's still not quite right. It's still a little bit edgy and sketchy. It's not smooth like we were just seeing it a second ago. So you want to go to video, frame rate, and change so video and audio durations match, so that way you're getting the same. And you can see here it says 30.229 FPS. It's basically 30 FPS. You don't have to worry. And that's what we specified in SourceTV demo 2 over here to output the 30. And as you can see, it did it. So click OK. And now if you play, you can see that it's at 30 FPS. Ouch. It's at 30 FPS, and it is smooth and like an actual video. Now all you need to do from here is simply save as AVI to wherever you want to do it. Just go ahead and put it here. And I don't know what's happening here, but normally you'll just be able to save it as an AVI and it'll be fine. Well, we can see here, even though that we did get an error, the video still showed up. And it looks fine. And the reason the menu popped up is because I pressed escape, which brought up the menu while I was recording. And while you're recording, you'll want to just leave your computer alone, because it's going to be recording anything on the TF2 thing that it sees. And you can see here it rendered out fine, smooth, 30 FPS. Now you can use it in a jump movie or montage clip or whatever it may be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this has been a tutorial on how to make good quality demos. Now in the description I will have a script that gives you infinite ammo and health for rocket jumping purposes. I will also have a link to all the downloads necessary to make this. I'll as in lawena, SourceTV demo 2, and virtual dub. I'll also have a few lines of codes that you can use in TF2, like the TV record 1 and TV stop record and TV record, and also the reloading thing. And that way you'll be set to go and you can check back on the video for any help. I hope this helped, and have a good day.